Shoe, we're coming at you with our first impressions on the Under Armour Spawn 5. The colorway's clean. Let's do it. Welcome back to our channel, guys. As you can see, we're checking out the Under Armour Spawn 5 today. I like this color scheme with like the blue, the purple, the orange. This is the Under Armour Spawn 5. Actually, my first time kind of messing around with this line. I hadn't played any of the previous models, but Chase, what are you thinking about the design for these at least?
You said they retail for 100?
100 bucks flat.
They honestly kind of looks a little overpriced for the quality I'm seeing.
So you thinking that these should be less based off the look or more?
I'm assuming I would expect these to be around $80.
Around $80?
Yeah.
And they weren't too far off on their on Under Armour's pricing of their own shoe though. But either way, this is, like I said, this is a Spawn 5. Haven't played them before, so I'm assuming they've gone 1 through the 4s. And I didn't even look at those models. I'll probably do a little bit more diving into that before I do the actual breakdown. But I mean, the appearance on these, like you said, it's gonna be pretty basic. At 100 bucks, you don't really expect that. I mean, I would still consider that to be pretty budget friendly. You don't expect like a lot of like details to go into the design for that, but you know, that's kind of is to be expected. But before we talk about the shoe anymore, I'll bring you back in here. What kind of merch are we rocking today?
Ooh, today we're rocking with some Baller X socks right here.
Been wearing those a lot. Might need to switch those up.
We got that Baller shirt.
Baller shirt with the capital B. We have a few different designs. That's what was about to throw them off. So go check those out on our website. I think links in our bio. You can check it out on our website and stuff like that. But now we'll get back to the shoe. So as for the Under Armour Spawn X, I spend a lot more time playing in like, you know, signature lines over I've been reviewing shoes for like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 years now, but I spend a lot more time in main lines. This is just like a random, you know, call it like Nike Precision 6, like just one of those random, just budget-friendly lines, if you want to call it that, from Under Armour. So I haven't played them much, but I think that, I mean, I haven't played them at all. But I mean, now that I'm starting to get into more of these Under Armour models, I just played in the Lockdown 6. I'm starting to branch out, test them more. They felt pretty good so far. Under Armour seems to have nice quality, but the only way to check that out is on the court. Let's do it. All right, so now getting on the court, kind of putting some shots up, seeing how they feel for more of the performance side. Before we do that, as always, what are we thinking about the design on these? Chase, what we feel?
I don't know.
Too basic?
Yeah.
Too basic.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, they're really not anything too special, guys, but as we can saying and as we can see out here, this is our first impressions. I'll be going inside, checking those out indoors, breaking those down more. But as for right now, we'll see how they play for the outside court. And the first thing we always start with is the cushioning. And Under Armour uses a lot of different stuff. Like they'll use flow, they use hover, different kinds of stuff like that. But these shoes, they actually label it for you on the design. So back on the heel, you're gonna see it goes with some Micro G foam. So, I mean, I haven't really played, I wanna say I haven't played in Micro G much at all. I haven't played in Micro G much at all. Maybe I did way back whenever I would like, you know, test out some cheaper models from Under Armour, because I know that, we're running now. Come with me. Because lately in Curry's line, I mean, they switched it to UA Flow foam. I know starting on the 8s, and for the 8s, 9s, and 10s, those have all been UA Flow. He's got like a budget-friendly hover splash line that uses hover, but I mean, obviously that's not what we're using in here. So as for Micro G, what I can tell immediately is like the heel feels pretty padded, and you can kind of see it in the midsole, like it's pretty bulky back here. So for a budget-friendly model, that's what we'll consider it as. 100 bucks, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, they didn't cheap out on the cushioning.
No, it doesn't seem like they did. It's at least got a nice initial layer. It's not super deep. This makes it look deeper than it is. It's really not that deep. But while I got you down here, we'll go ahead and look at some of the other aspects on here. They have some nice pieces that kind of build up the side. That's gonna help with your, making sure your foot doesn't slide out. This piece seems like it's gonna help with like heel movement back here. It's kind of like an extra Achilles pad. I feel a little bit of heel movement though. I'm not totally sure. Maybe I should have lace these up a little bit more. I'll do that better whenever I take them, you know, inside. Last thing we'll look at though is just give you a shot at the traction. What kind of pattern we got back there?
It's,
I can't even see it
it's
that way.
A little bit wavy.
A little wavy?
Yeah.
Oh, that is random. The grooves are thick though.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty outdoor friendly for sure.
So this is like he just said, this is kind of primed to be an outdoor model. I mean, that would have been way too much anyways. We don't try to show off like that in first impressions. But I can't hit a shot anyways. But as for this model itself, 100 bucks feels like it's about the right price point. The cushion's gonna be nothing crazy, but it's not underwhelming. You can pretty much tell from the jump, like if a shoe's gonna be like budget friendly. These like are on the good end of budget friendly, if you want to call it that. The support, as long as there's no heel slippage on that, Feels like that's honestly gonna play pretty nice. The grooves feel super deep. Now I'm just curious to see if that, like traction's gonna play on the inside well or not. But as far as like the actual feel, I like it. That wraps up our first impressions on the Under Armour Spawn 5. There are some things to like from this model from what I'm noticing so far. We've kind of hit on it enough. The appearance is pretty basic. I don't think there's anything too special about it. Just a lot of Under Armour models just kind of have that Under Armour design. People that know. But I mean, the $100 for this shoe feels like it's not going to be a bad spot. There's some stuff to like, and I'm at least happy that like the cushioning is playable. Sometimes you slap on one of these cheaper models. I know 100 is not cheap to everyone, but just in general for basketball, it kind of is. You slap on a shoe with like Micro G2. That's not their newest tech. We know that. So I mean, it plays a little bit better than I was expecting. Obviously, I'll have to see how that goes on an indoor court, but nothing bad too far.
So Landon, first off, how was the sizing?
Sizing on these, oh yeah, we forgot about that. Oh, I still got my right one on. They fit a little bit snug. So I mean, if you like extra room to play in, I maybe test out a half size up, but like the width feels like it's pretty standard.
And you got a 10 and a half?
10 and a half, as
Gotcha.
always.
Gotcha. But also, so yeah, it is $100. 100? It is technically kind of budget. It's kind of pushing it. You know, I feel like there might be some more budget friendlier type of shoes in there, but how does it feel overall for budget? Okay, so for $100, this is gonna be like, I think 20 or 30 more than the Lockdown 6 that I just tested out. I kind of like those a little bit more, the Lockdown 6. These have more of a basketball look to them if you like low tops. But for $100, these feel like they're right in that like almost perfectly priced from what I've felt so far. But as I said, we'll break that down indoors. That'll come out in about a week or two. So make sure you're looking out for that. But as for now, that's gonna wrap up our first impressions on the Under Armour Lockdown 5. Until next time, peace.